Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 28 of your Quebec Nordiques franchise mode. As in today's episode, it is a big one. We're heading into the 2025-26 season here with the Quebec Nordiques. A very new looking Quebec Nordiques team as we have a new coach in Pasquale Bousquet. He is our new head coach for the team and I'm very excited about it. He's a very young coach. I'm hoping he really kind of takes control of this Quebec Nordiques team and brings it back to the winning stage that we used to be at. Yes, we've been having some great regular season years, but last year was a real bad one. Jordan Binnington wasn't playing great. We just had a bunch of missing keys to the team. And there's a reason why we made a lot of changes over the offseason. We traded away Taylor Hall and Christian Dvorak. We picked up Kevin LeBanc, who's going to be playing on the second line there. Great defensive guy. Hopefully a player that could be a real big key to the Nordiques, and also Victor Olofsson as well, a big goal scoring forward for that second line, and I'm hoping he will be a really big guy as well. Then we also changed up the entire depth wise of the team. JT Comfort, Kyle Turris, Brock Nelson. We have really changed up the form of this team in just over a bit. Like, it hasn't been that long. And we have brought in a lot of new players. But this year, we really need Jordan Binnington to be the man again, right? His first couple seasons here, he was really that big goaltender for us, and we really need him to be that this year. We need him to be that stone cold wall that we can rely on. I don't want to go after another goaltender and replace him with that goaltender, but it's really kind of lining up where we're going to have to do that. But right now, guys, we're going to start up the season here very soon. We'll get everything started up. I don't even think we have to really sign anybody. We'll have to check here quickly in the AHL. Yeah. We got to sign some people. A lot of forwards and a lot of defensemen and probably a couple goaltenders as well sign on to the team and get them playing in the AHL. But I'm really excited to see how well this team will perform this year. It's a really big proven point, right? We've been building this team up for years, and we just have not been able to win the cup, and we have spent a lot of money, and we have done this and that, and this team just has not proved to us that they're a reliable team. And we're going to have to deal with some more money issues next year. We're probably going to have to make another deal to move out some more players and maybe open up some more money. So we're going to have to look into that, it's kind of stressful. Like, you have a lot of good players on the team, and I think this year is really the big year where we're going to really have to push for that cup, man. Like, with how many missing players and players that we're not going to have on the team next year, we're going to need it. We're going to need as much players as we can get. I mean, look at how much we got, like $80 left. That's all we have, and it sucks. But let's get some depth sign on to the Quebec Nordiques. We've been kind of put in a tough pickle this past little bit with the amount of money that we've been having to give out to players and so on and so forth. It's been a lot of money, and it has not been fun for the team to kind of go through this much cap struggling, especially when we're going to have to sign Cole Perfetta this upcoming season. And he's not going to be cheap. He's going to be an expensive forward to kind of get back on the team. Even defensively. Like, we're not going to have Julius Honka next year. Like, that's going to be a guy that we might think about trading away. It sucks to think that, but we're going to have to do some moves to kind of keep this team together and to keep it going. We're going to have to make some salary cap moves. And I'm hoping Bousquet really pushes this team, because I feel like this is the last real season to kind of push for a playoff position right now. And I want that. I want that spot. I want to be in a playoff spot this year. I don't want to be looking from the outside in, and I don't want to be losing in the first round and have that happen again. I'm really not a big fan of that. I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to make it past that. And to make it past that, we really need to play some solid fucking hockey and get to that point. So hopefully the team can carry itself well and even going into the playoffs. So I think that's all we need to sign, and then we could get this season underway. I am so excited to get this season underway. I'm hoping the players that we picked up, like LeBanc and Olofsson, really play huge for us, because we need those new pickups to play good with Perfetta. and we just need people to produce. We need people to play good, and we need that from everybody. It's going to be a very tough season to kind of get that from everybody, but that's going to be the big task at hand right now. Is that we're really going to need everybody to produce, everybody to play at their top notch level, and if they're not, it's not going to be a good season this year. It's going to be a long and hard season, and we really need Binnington to play good. Binnington is such a factor that if he does not play good, the team is going to struggle. And I don't want to see this team struggle. I love this team, and I want to see the Quebec Nordiques play the best hockey that we possibly can. But today's episode, we really got to start getting this dynasty together. We built it for a long time. We have developed. We have gotten young players in, and I think we've done a good job with this team. But the team has to start producing now. And if this team's not going to produce, it is going to be another long and hard off season. It really is, and I'm not going to enjoy it. We made a lot of big moves off season to pick up some big depth players like Calle Dansk and some other players that will help us out depth-wise if we lose anybody to injuries like we did in the last two playoffs. We don't want to lose people. We don't want to lose people this year. We don't want to start off the season losing like Hall and Dvorak. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that this year, and we're red hot to start the season off with 2 big wins right off the get-go. 3 big wins. That is what I'm talking about, boys. That is a red hot start for the Quebec Nordiques. 3 in a row wins, and the Nordiques are lighting that lamppost up right now as the Nordiques, they're playing very strong out there, looking like they're shutting down defensively. Binnington looking like he's playing huge as well, and we're 7-3 to start off the first, or 7-2 to start off the first official month of the season. And Ulanov out with an injured foot, but he's not even out for that long, and we're still getting victories without Ulanov in the lineup. We're playing good right now, man. We are really doing well. Olofsson's doing well. Perfetta's having a good season. LeBank's doing well. Depth-wise, they're not doing too bad. They're only minuses, and that's not too bad. The depth down there is not looking too bad either. We're doing pretty good to start the season off here for the Quebec Nordiques, and I feel like we're playing very solid defensively as well, as it seems like all our defense partners are working up for the top 6, but they're not doing too bad either. This Nordiques team, I feel like if we can do some kind of little moves later on, I think this team is going to be a lethal team, as we're on a little bit of a losing streak here, boys. What's going on here, guys? Another loss. And another one. What the fuck is going on? The Nordiques were on a hot streak there, and then they lose a bunch in a row. We got to trust the team. The lineups were looking good, but for the depth. The depth we might have to change up a bit. But right now we're playing half decent. If we can just get a little bit more wins underneath of us and get off that cold streak that we were on, which looks like we are now. We're starting to win a bit more games. But, man, that was a little bit of a scary time. We went on a huge losing streak there. It was two... Oh, no, it was just... Yeah, it was just okay. We just won one in the middle, but we had like game this month we did bad. Like it was a bad month. I had like fuck. I don't even have the words. 6-4 in the last 10 there. Dylan Larkin having another huge season. I don't think he's won any awards yet. I don't think. I can't remember now. I don't think he's won any big awards. I'm hoping this year he can, because he's been such a huge leadership guy for the Nordiques that I think he deserves to win some kind of award for the team, and he's having a red hot start to the season. 31 points. What a great start for that guy. Dillion Dube as well, having a great start to his season this year up on that first line. I think he's going to do better than what he's ever done, and I think it's a steal of a contract. Like, this guy is everything for the team. 8.95, that's a great contract. Dansk ripping it up. LeBanc playing good. Olofsson playing good. Perfetta. Depth-wise, they're sort of struggling down there. Kapanen is not doing too great, -2. I feel like Calle Dansk might be a better fit on that third line. And that's what we've been having big problems with, is our depth. Our depth is always not the greatest. We're going to try Calle Dansk with Anderson and Kapanen, because Kapanen's been struggling out of the late. Like, he's not producing. And it's kind of sad, because he used to be a big producer when we were in the high years of the Nordiques, but he's just kind of trailing off now. But we'll try Calle Dansk down on that second line there, see if that gets Josh Anderson and them going. I wish we could get like a big. I mean, Philip Christic would have been perfect, but I mean, yeah, think about it. He would only last like maybe a fucking year, and then he would have disappeared on us, right? So I mean, either way, like you would have had him for a couple years up until his contract was ready to go up, and then you would practically lose the fucker. So I mean, either that or you replace him for Dylan Larkin. But Dylan Larkin's going to be on this team for a long time to come, and he's going to be our number one centerman for a long time to come. I don't think that guy is going to ever leave for a pretty good amount of time. So, Julius Honka, yeah, you could be replaced as we're still, the Nordiques are still wrapping up our first overtime loss, which we have not got very many. Samolsky, you're back in the lineup, my man. Get back in there. You dropped by an overall, but you're still doing pretty well. 17 points. He did really well last year, and he should be passing that total of that this year. And the Nordiques, we're doing solid. We got to check also how Jordan Binnington's doing, because if Jordan Binnington's still struggling, I think that's been a big factor for the team and what we're going to be doing there, because we're going to really have to figure that out, what we're going to be doing with Binnington. Because if Binnington's struggling, I don't want to keep him on this fucking team if he's going to be doing bad for the team, right? There we go. Hey, yeah, the depth is doing a lot better now. Not many points, but Binnington actually is doing really good this year. A 916, a 257. Linus Omark, he's doing pretty solid as well. Actually, we forgot. I do need to change auto-rotate goalies on, I think. I forgot to turn on. We need to fix that up, and we got to go fix the defenseman. But first, before I forget, but Binnington's very solid this year. I think that's his best save percentage ever. I think the defensive core has been very solid this year, and we've been always looking for that, is the goaltending to be solid, and for our defensive core to actually shut the door on some stuff and shit like that, which we're actually going to go check that out, see what's struggling, see if it's our PK or something. How well is Dansk doing? 25 goals this season. He's looking for that 40 goal or that 50 marker this year, and he's been doing good, but this year I feel like he's going to fucking break that shit. If he can keep going, maybe 50 for 50 for fucking Dansk, man. If he rips it up, man, I would not be surprised if that man hit 50 for 50. That would be terrific to see that guy do that. That would be awesome. Anyways, we got to get our man, what's his face? Visionovsky? Is he not back in the lineup yet? Yeah, he's not back in the lineup yet. Okay. So let's get back to doing, we need to check how well the Quebec Nordiques are doing over the past 3 months with a 21-11-1 record. I feel like our record's good, but it's just like we could do a lot better. In the Western Conference, fuck, we would be one of the best teams in the league down there. Fuck, Western Conference is weak as fuck. Does our division so goddamn strong? If you lose a game, you fall down so far. Our goals for per game is not very high like it has been in the past years. Only at 321. Our goals against is one of the best defensive teams in the league. Power play is not doing too bad at 20, and our PK is it's doing decent. I don't know why we're not scoring as much goals as we have in the recent years, but I guess not having Taylor Hall is kind of an effect of not having him on the team. Like Olofsson, he's doing good, but he needs to start ripping it up a little bit more, I think. I feel like he only has 4 power play goals, and he produced that many points. I feel like we need to break apart the first line a little bit and maybe put some more offensive power surrounded around the offense, because I feel like it's doing good right now, but I feel like we just need a little bit more of a punch to get it going. I think Perfetta, we move you up to that first. Oh, we really can't do that because then that lowers things down. So we throw up Kevin LeBanc. We get Dillion Dube down here to give us some more offense, because Dillion Dube is good, and I think he could get Olofsson and Perfetta going a little bit more. The depth wise, I don't know what we're gonna be doing down here, because they've been struggling. I think they just have to kind of have to get their sparks moving. And then Julius Honka, get you back in the lineup. Special teams wise, we're not looking too bad special teams wise. Olofsson might be better up on the top of the power play unit, and in him playing there, I think that will be a lot better for the team. Even if we have all our right-handers down here, I don't think that's going to be a bad idea for the team. Okay. I think everything else, penalty kill, Jace Howerlock, I feel like not him, but LeBanc would be better as a PK guy for the team. Yeah, I like LeBanc down there better. LeBanc's just going to be a better defensive guy. Okay, there we go. We found the lineups that we kind of need to be at. We upgraded the first line. Well, we downgraded the first line a little bit, but that's because we're going to try to space out some more of that energy. Maybe Olofsson, get him going a little bit, because we really need Olofsson producing at full power. We really need him getting to that 30 goal mark, right? Because, I mean, that's a big goal scorer that we need to produce, and if he's not producing, then that's not going to help us out for our future playoff run, because he's going to be a guy that we definitely look at towards the playoffs, on being a big time producer. Also, since we're not going to have to really worry about goaltending, since Binnington is having a great season this year, I think we're going to be focusing on some different players, and maybe going after some veteran guy for the depth of the team. And I'm thinking offense, because defense is doing really good this year. I think somebody offensively, and trade one of our guys like down here, like maybe a Kasperi Kapanen is doing really good now. He's scoring a couple, but maybe like a guy like JT Compher or Brock Nelson, because Brock Nelson, like, he's not fucking producing. We could just get rid of him again. Dansk, 30 for 39. Hey, that's not too bad, boys. If he can keep going, I think he could definitely hit 50 by the time the end of the season hits. That's without a doubt. He's been fucking red hot all season. We're going to keep an eye on that. So we're at 41 games. He's at like 30 right now, so he's not that far off. So if he could keep ripping it up right now, I feel like he could has a definite chance. So we're gonna stop near the game at 50, see where he's at, and see if he has a possible striking range of hitting that total, and we'll simulate. So we'll stop after the All-Star break. So that's 46, and this will be 47, as we have a great record, pretty good lead in first place there. That's a pretty solid lead for the team. So Calle Dansk, where are you sitting at for goals a game? Where are you sitting at? 40 goals. Oh, dude, that is so, like, Calle Dansk, man. He's going to have a ridiculous, I think he's going to win the Richard this year with how much goals he's been carrying on this fucking team this year. Like, he is really, Larkin's leading the league in points, and Dansk is leading the league in goals. Like, this has been a crazy season for the team. And, like, holy fuck. What a season. The Nordiques, I feel like, yeah, maybe we go after some offensive defenseman. I feel like that might be a good change. Some guy that could transition to puck good, because Miro Heiskanen can do it good, but he's just not, like, producing as much as he did the first year. That's my problem right now. He's really not doing, like, that good. Maybe some depth top 6 guy that we could pick up for the team instead of trading away Honka. Maybe making a move, because Honka is a free agent next year. We'll see. We'll see what we do when we come to trade deadline, because maybe we go after young defensemen that could play on the top 4 or the top 6 for this year, but then could grow into, like, maybe a guy that can replace Julius Honka next year when he leaves for free agency. So we'll have to see what we do. I'm going to definitely look at all the possibilities coming up to free agency and see what we'll do, because I think we can definitely make some big moves. Even though we don't have a lot of prospects, I think we can maneuver some things around without trading too many picks. And that's the big goal, is not trading away our first round draft pick of this year, is just kind of doing some smart deals, and we'll see what we can do with the stuff that we have. I don't know if we're going to be able to pick up too much, but even if we could get some cheap guy to just replace one of the other guys, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea for the team. So we'll have to see what we do, but right now we're just going to focus on the simulation, as the Nordiques are playing pretty solid right now. The Panthers are passing us for first place there, but we're still playing a pretty good game. Like, I don't think we're playing that bad at all. William Karlsson going to Minnesota for Lindholm and a bunch of picks. Damn, that's a big trade there. But I'm hoping we can move into that first place position, because I'd rather not be in that second place position facing, like, the Lightning again or whatever, right? Or, I mean, we faced the Flyers last time because we got into, Mark Stone going back to Ottawa for Will Butcher. Damn, that's a big deal. There's some fucking people out there, man. There's some big people out there. Nick Bukestad going to New Jersey. We're going to definitely make some moves. We're definitely going to do some trades and make some moves to better this team for this season, because I feel like another maybe offensive punch down in the depth would definitely be killer for this team. it would definitely be a killer punch, I feel. It would help this team out. So we'll have to see what we do. Philly loading up with Alexander Nylander there. They kicked our ass last season. I think they won the cup, didn't they? Didn't they win the cup? I think every team that has beaten us has made it to the cup. There we go. Here we are at trade deadline in second place in the division right now with 2 points back of the Florida Panthers. So we're not too far back, honestly. I also wanted to see who was last year's Stanley Cup winner. Yeah, Philly beat us last season and they won the cup. 41 wins, 18 losses. We're having a great season this year. We would be first place in the Metro. We're first place everywhere else, but since we have such a strong Atlantic division, it's hard. Goal scoring wise, we're still one of the weaker team goal scoring wise, but defense we're killer. Power play is not too bad. I feel like we add another goal scorer to the team. I feel like we could do a lot better, and our PK is kind of meh. We're going to definitely fix that up a bit, but we're going to make a couple trades first. And Calle Dansk, 50 goals in 62 games. Wow, baby, that is crazy good season for him. Olofsson is still not producing in the way I wanted him to produce this year. But, I mean, it's whatever. We're paying the guy like $4.5 million. I'll take that contract any day of the week. Anderson, Calters. See, that depth is going good when Calters got on that line. They needed a playmaker. But I feel like another guy that could score some big goals. A clutch playoff performer for the team wouldn't be a bad idea. Heiskanen, Honka, Unavalov, maybe even a defense guy. Oh my god, look at Unavalov and Haydn Fleury. What a shutdown pair they are. A fucking 42. Jesus Christ. Binnington a 918 save percentage this year. He is having a crazy good season. Like, my lord. You're talking about a goaltender that's been on absolute fire this season. That's that man. He's been crazy good for the Nordiques. So let's do some trades, baby. So let's do some trades. I want to kind of construct another kind of third line with Comfort and maybe Brock Nelson, but we're probably going to have to trade away Brock Nelson. So somebody, Ekman, fucking Larson. I think that's going to be too much money for us, even if we do retain like a whole crap ton. But I mean, that would not be a bad defenseman offensively, deep in us. Oh, fuck, man. That would be so nice. Couple prospects there from Calgary. Thornton, Nick Leddy would not be bad. I would not mind picking up Nick Leddy. He's a good offensive guy. Can help us boost our offensive by a bit. And he's not too bad defensively. Or maybe even Torrey Krug. But that's going to be a lot of money. We're not going to be able to pick up the player that we kind of want to pick up for the team. Sorry, guys. My throat's absolutely killing me. So I had to get something in my throat. It's fucking dying. Trocheck, but that's $10 million fucking dollars. Fuck that shit for Vinny Trocheck. Fucking want $10 million for that fucking shit player, Carlson. But he doesn't score too many goals, so I don't think he would be a good fit for the for our team. Roman Yossi, that would be a beautiful fit, but I don't think for us right now. Jesper Bratt he's a playmaker. Playmaking left wing forward. I wish he was a goal scorer because that would be a perfect fit for the team. Gusev, another playmaker there. He scored goals, but I mean, he's definitely not your greatest shooter in the world. Ryan Strome, Kyle Palmieri. Ooh, here we go. Here's some players. Pavel Bunovich. That wouldn't be a bad guy sniper-wise. He's producing at a decent level. Playoff-wise, he has done pretty good. A couple of game-winning goals here and there, but they haven't really went too deep. They actually did go deep the first year there. But Bunovich is not looking too bad. But he's never really scored too many goals. But he's a nice, like, depth goal-scoring guy for the team, I feel. Would definitely be kind of a guy that we look at. And then you can maybe look at maybe a defenseman for the team, right? With Severson and Trouba down here and stuff like that. Maybe some guys to kind of look at to add to the defensive core, even. So maybe something to keep in mind for the Nordiques here. Hampus Lindholm, Dzingel, Couture. I don't think any of the... Ooh, fucking Dzingel. What the fuck? That's cheap, buddy. Holy shit. It's barely anything for that fucker. Tony D'Angelo. Ooh, Jayden Schwartz. You're talking about a guy that would be so huge for the playoffs. You're talking about this guy, Jayden fucking Schwartz. Remember that fucking big playoff run that he had in like real life? It's real life, but he had such a huge run with the team. And I feel like depth-wise, he would be such a killer guy to replace someone for injury. And even Tony DeAngelo. That would fucking 5.3. You retain that contract a bit. You have a nice solid defenseman that could play alongside a Heiskanen for the future. Fuck me. That would be nice. But Jayden Schwartz, oh fuck. I would do Tony DeAngelo, but now since I see what Jayden Schwartz's fucking contract's like, that's a gong show. Fuck me. God damn it, I was hyping him up so much, and I was like, oh, fucking, let's pick him up, and now fucking 3 years out on the fucking contract. I do like Tony DeAngelo. I think we're going to make 2 separate moves, and maybe go after Tony DeAngelo here. But the first pick is Pavel Bunovich. I think this guy is going to be a very solid player for the team, but I want his fucking salary cap retained like a shit ton. I want half of that shit retained so we can afford him coming towards the next following seasons, because we want to be able to keep that fucker. We want to be able to have him on the team. Now we have too many heavyweights, and I feel like Brock Nelson's just going to have to be that guy that we just part from, because of the fact that we're going to get that motherfucker, so I'm not going to be really too worried about it. So we only have him, and we're going to keep him because he's developing very well. Rookie prospects, we really don't got very many rookie prospects. We really kind of need to start drafting a bit better. That's for fucking sure. I don't think we're going to be able to afford D'Angelo. I think we're only going to be afford Bunovich, and then we're just going to have to move on from there, because we really don't have the fucking picks right now. So we'll just try to get Bunovich, and I think that's all we're going to do for depth-wise. Just kind of build the team up depth-wise, because we're really going to need that for this upcoming playoff run. I feel like we're gonna need it, so we're gonna do this deal here. Next year's draft's gonna be shitty, but I mean, what can you do? Sometimes you have to sacrifice things to get good things, and that's even if we could pick up the fucker. And they really don't want to retain some of his salary cap is the problem here. Fuck, man, come on. I hate that we have no fucking money. I really hate that we have no fucking money. Who is more expensive to trade away? And not Josh Anderson, because that's probably the most cheapest guy on the fucking team. Olofsson, Anderson, Muhara, fuck, that's stupid. Kyle Fleury, Kapanen, Comfer. If we trade away Muhara, that would make things work, but then that fucking caps us on defense. Unless they have a guy that we could trade away that could play. Sergei Kuzanov and Joey Keane. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. Fuck, man. This really does cap us here. Because if we trade away Muhara, that fucks us. But we really can't make a deal because they won't fucking take the value of the player. Shit. So we're going to throw back out there, what's his face? Nelson. And go back to full retention. We'll lower by a bit. But as much as we can, and take off this Univala fucker, and we're gonna have to throw one of our better prospects in there. And Visionovsky. We're gonna have to sacrifice somebody, and we need a deep playoff run. And I swear to God, this fucking playoff run does not fucking work. I'm gonna kill myself, because fucking hell, this needs to work. This playoff run needs to fucking work. Like, we just need to have a successful run. And if we don't, it's going to suck fucking ass, man. It really is going to suck ass. And there we go. League approved. Will this go through? Yes, it does. Pavel Bunovich, welcome to the Quebec Nordiques, you motherfucker. And, of course, we're going to have to send down somebody. But, I mean, we can handle that with... oh, fuck. We can't even send down Gross. We're going to be so capped on salary cap. Okay, Nico Gross got sent down. Good. Who else got sent down? Okay, nobody else. Okay, sweet. They did do best fucking lines for me, though. For fuck's sakes. Assholes. Dube there. Olofsson. Anderson. And then Turris. Bunovich. Where will you play good? Now, is it going to be a good idea to do this? Oh, fuck. We're already at 30 minutes, boys. Holy shit. All right. we're going to have the end of the episode here. Actually, no. Let's get to the fucking end of the season. Let's get to the fucking end of the season. I just seen it was fucking 9:30, and I told my buddy that we'd be streaming here soon. So let's get to the end of the season, alright? This episode will be a long one. I didn't even notice the time until I did the fucking deal for Bunovich. Alright, so let's get to the end of the season here, boys. And let's get this shit done. So I could head off and talk with my buddy. So let's get this shit done, boys. Let's get that first place position. Let's finally win this fucking division. Blue Square, you're doing a great job. Now just coach Bunovich in a perfect position. We'll deal with all the lineups later on. Actually, we should fucking do the lineups here right quick, because I don't want the wrong lineups right now. This is a big time for us. This is some big time to win some big games, and we need all these wins right now. So, I don't want Fleury there. I don't know why the fuck you guys keep thinking, oh yeah, let's put Fleury there. It's not a good idea. It does not work, guys. So, LeBanc, yes. Confer, no. Bunovich actually can work perfectly there on that 1T position, and then take off Fleury, and we will put Josh Anderson, a big power forward, on this PK, or on this power play, and Larkin, not Fleury. We'll throw up Olofsson, and then instead of Fleury, we will throw Bunovich in this bitch, because he could be a big-time goal scorer for the team. Confer, we want LeBanc, and then we want LeBanc to move up to the top pairing, because that will work better for us. And then there we go. Let's get this fucking season done, boys, alright? And let's get some big wins, because we're starting to lose some fucking games here, boys. This is not good, as the Florida Panthers are running away with first place. What the fuck? After we make a big move, we start losing a shit ton of games. The Nordiques lost footing and going after first place, and it looks like we're going to be going up against the Lightning in the first round of playoff action, unless we keep losing fucking games and fall down a deep hole, which I'm hoping we really do not do, because right now it has been a fucking disaster. Oh my god, can we start winning some games here, boys? Holy fuck. What a rough way to end the year. But I mean, we're ending it off good. We almost have a 50-win season. So I don't think I complain about that. But it was a rough ending to the season. I gotta say so myself. That was really a rough way to end the season off. But I mean, if you take a look at any other fucking league or conference, we would be in first place. But we had a really rough way to end off the season. That was really rough. Fuck me. But we did make it in the playoffs. We will be facing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round of playoff action, and we do get home ice advantage, which is absolutely nice for the team, and we're going to absolutely need it, because we were struggling a lot there. Bunovich, how well did you do on the Quebec Nordiques? 7 points, 20 and 20 games. Not too bad. Not too bad. Might have to change up the lineups just a little bit, but he wasn't doing too bad. But we do got to face off against the Lightning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. And let's take a look at Larkin's stats. Oh, 96 points for Dylan Larkin and 63 goals for Calle Dansk. What a season for that young man. One of his best years ever. We knew this man was going to hit 60 goals sooner or later, or at least 50. And he really plateaued this year. Fucking did great. Dube, 72 points. 71 points for LeBanc. Perfetta had a great... he had a worst season this year, but not too bad. And everyone else, they did pretty good. I liked the way that everyone else played, and Heiskanen didn't have too bad of a year, way to end off the season. Top 6 struggled, but we'll deal with that. And Binnington, pretty damn good, man. You did a solid all season for us. Definitely probably not going to get the Vezina. Bobrovsky's probably going to steal that one from you, but definitely a solid season for Binnington. Otherwise, Larkin did miss out on this, but Calle Dansk will be bringing home the Maurice Richard, which we're going to be having to go up against the second highest goal scoring guy in Nikita Kucherov and the Tampa Bay Lightning, which I think this has been a team that we have faced before, and we got to play good. We got to play good and hard against this team. It's going to be a tough series, but it's going to be one that is going to be a fun one. Your first line, you got Taylor Radish, Alex Baral-Bulut, and then Nikita Kucherov. The depth-wise, it's kind of falling apart for sure down here. They do got Christian Dvorak, who was a solid player for them, 46 points this year. He definitely had a way better season than what he did with us, so we'll see how he does against us, which is not going to be fun. But a very solid defense score as well with Vince Dunn and Cal Foote. Not looking too bad defensively, and with their top pairing like that, and Hedman and Shrikachev, that's pretty solid. And then Nick Malik and Andrei Vasilevsky, so very scary goaltending. But for right now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.